Hey Florence, so you had a question about confetti patterns for cross stitching and what's kind of the best way to go about it or another way to go about it. And so I'm going to start by saying this is by no means like the best way to go about it. This is just how I do it. So for anybody else watching, confetti patterns are like my blue space pattern that you guys have seen me talk about before. No, I'm still not done with it because this pattern is just the worst. And it's for exactly this reason. It is a confetti pattern, which means when you look, the colors are not together. They're not in big blocks where I can just go like, okay, 5 across and then do 5 rows of that or something like that. It's all of these just individual, it looks like someone sprinkled confetti, or I sometimes call it like a buckshot or splatter paint pattern. They're very difficult to read. They're very difficult to stitch. They're very time consuming. So the way I do it is I still only work with one needle and one thread color at a time. I do not keep loaded threads or anything like that. But what I do is, you can kind of see on here, I pick one color at a time and I do all of that pattern that I can until I run out of that thread. So it means that the back of these look much messier than one of my normal patterns. And I'll show you the back of one of my other pieces. Hold on just a sec. So if you don't count the black back stitching, as you can see, this is all like block patterning. It's not that confetti stitch, and the back of my piece is really, really nice. It looks really nice and neat. So the problem is that with that confetti, you're either going to have a lot of knots, or you're going to have to do, like different kinds of starting and ending techniques with your threads in order to get the back to be just as nice as the front, but it's a lot trickier because you're working with a confetti pattern. And so this is the way that I do it. This is the way that I have found that works for me. It might not work for you, but it is called counted cross stitch. And so it does involve a lot of counting. Luckily for me, the particular pattern that I'm working on right now, the galaxy pattern, it is confetti, but as you can see, if I miss and I accidentally go one square over with something, or one square, it's not quite right right where it's supposed to be, you're never going to be able to tell. There are probably some confetti patterns that you need to be really precise, in which case this might not be the best solution. But I hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps, and good luck with your pattern.